Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about Colombia. And my question is, does Colombia have a chance of winning the World Cup 2026? Today we're going to be talking about Colombia and their chances of winning the 2026 World Cup. Is it possible? Or is that dreaming too big? Before we get into it, let's talk about Colombia's previous World Cup appearances. The furthest Colombia has ever gone in a World Cup was in 2014 when they got to the quarterfinals and lost against Brazil. That was back when James Rodriguez came onto the scene and exploded, being the top goal scorer of that tournament and scoring amazing goals. One of them being the goal against Uruguay that is just unforgettable. And the other one that I'd like to mention is the one that he scored against Japan. Absolutely amazing from James that tournament. He was insane. The most recent World Cup appearance was in 2018 because they did not qualify to the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. But back to 2018. In 2018, their World Cup run ended against England in penalty shootouts. Unfortunately, they weren't able to make it into the quarterfinals and they crashed out in the round of 16. Colombia's most notable international trophy is the Copa America that they won in 2001, and that was the only Copa America that they have ever won. They've never won the World Cup. So why do I think this time around Colombia stands a chance in the World Cup? Well, let's talk about the World Cup qualifiers, where they've beaten giants like Brazil and Argentina, and they have not lost one game in the entire World Cup qualifiers up to this point. They also had an amazing Copa America where they made it all the way to the final, but unfortunately they lost to Argentina. They were on a 28-game unbeaten streak, but the world champions put that to a stop with a 1-0 win in extra time. But along the way, they drew with Brazil and beat Uruguay, which is two of the toughest teams in South America. Colombia also has an amazing young group of players coming up right now, such as Mosquera, Richard Rios, Duran, and Asprilla. And they also have a mix of veterans like Lucumí, James, and Luis Diaz. Right now, they are a force to be reckoned with, and they've proven that they can beat the top teams. But it's not all upside for Colombia. There are some downsides. For example, it seems that the team lacks somebody with vision and passing when James Rodriguez is not on the field. We saw this against Peru, when Peru was able to lock down Colombia and score a goal. Luckily, James was put on, and Luis Diaz saved the day with a header. But when they have key players missing, they struggle, and we saw this in the Copa America final, when Argentina has such squad depth that they could sub on Lautaro Martinez and have him score to win them the Copa America. The good thing is that the new young players coming up might help Colombia with that squad depth problem. So the question is, can Colombia achieve their World Cup dream? Well, maybe it's a far stretch, but maybe it's not. With Colombia's current form, the way they're playing, their young players coming up, is it that far of a stretch to see Colombia in the World Cup final when we've seen them go toe-to-toe with Argentina? So let me know down in the comment section below, does Colombia have a chance to win the World Cup? And if not, where do you see them ending up in the World Cup? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.